Nyob Milwaukee, and welcome to our October edition of Nyob Milwaukee TV. The word Nyob means hello in the Hmong language. It's generally used to welcome or greet people, so Nyob and welcome again to our show. Today, Nyob Milwaukee will take you to meet Hmong's most well-known content creator, Ning Tao, as he's joined us in our studio to talk about his career. We'll also highlight Iris and Paul, owner of the authentic Chinese restaurant Asian Fusion, located on Milwaukee's northeast side. In addition, we will take you to join Hmong, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce annual awards dinner at Potawatomi Bingo and Casino. Along with these great stories, we'll have important news within the Hmong community to share and share with you pieces of our rich and colorful culture. After a great meal at a restaurant, we often think about how delicious the food was, but rarely do we think about the people giving us that great experience. Iris and Paul, owners of Asian Fusion, has traveled halfway around the world to bring authentic Chinese food to Milwaukee. Let's listen to what they have to say about their culinary journey to why they ended up right here in Milwaukee.
My name is Iris Huan. I'm Paul's wife, and usually I stay in Kenosha to take care of our another restaurant, but sometimes I will come over to help a little bit here.
My name is Paul. I'm an Asian Fusion owner and a chef. I've been a cook for 20 years.
We have soft opening on 2015 November. When he just came to the United States, he worked in an American-style Chinese restaurant, but he really liked to cook. We think about that we need to bring authentic Chinese food culture to the United States. Here is our bubble tea lounge. Those is bubble tea, is traditional from Taiwan. Usually people will go to Chinatown to enjoy those food. Then we want to bring some in different places. So we pick Milwaukee, we think here is the right place. We came here when we were 18 years old. The first stop in New York. I was in Long Island and he was in Brooklyn. Milwaukee is not small. It's the same as busy as well. And right now, spicy food is so popular in China. So we bring a lot of spicy dishes here and really authentic Chinese food. We have so many popular dishes for customers, but we sell a lot the fish, the spicy fish with the pickled veggies and hot pot and clay pot. Yeah, we use high quality and ingredients for our cooking, and we want to use a natural like herbs and produce from locally, especially like Wisconsin ginseng.
What's one of the hardest thing about opening a restaurant?
Make every customer happy. It's the most hard part.
I know Paul's approximately 3-4 years ago. Every time I went to the restaurants, I want to know the owners. Because what type of owners? The food will present their characteristic and then their passions. Initially, Paul remodeled his kitchens to increase 2 wok cooking stations. And then after 3 months, Paul think it's not enough. So he increased to 3 and then plus increase the heat in the wok stations because we have a lot of demands. The demands from all kind of customers, Chinese students, they said, you guys saw the best Chinese food I ever taste. So he decided to make it perfect. He remodeling the 3rd times to increase 4 wok stations and then the maximum heat. So he can produce the highest quality of Chinese foods.
Asian Fusion dining area, maximum can seat about 60 customers. Before here was a pizza and pizza place, and that area is a mobile place, so it's more narrow for the mobile place. When we lease out this place, we think about, wow, it's hard for design, but we're thinking, oh, that's good for like rest area for people coming, just have bubble teas or little dessert. They can relax a little bit in the bubble tea lounge.
Actually, for authentic Chinese food, of the same dishes, you cook it, but different taste for different chef. And I think most important is when you cook with the heart. That's Paul did.
My friend, when we opened it here half a year, then my friend in Chicago, they keep asking me, you need to go to the Chicago Chinatown to open another one.
Paul's dream is really want to have this kind of dining restaurant. We are so glad that we have support and very good parents and very good family members.
And also every customer come here to try the Asian fusion food.
And we are really happy to serve you. And we locate on 1609 East North Avenue.
Well, a hard-working couple with an amazing story and journey. If you have yet to check out Asian Fusion, the food looks delicious, so be sure to not wait too long. Stay with us, we'll be right back, but before we take a break, did you know that during the Hmong New Year celebration, the Hmong ball tossing game, ball is a common activity for adolescents? The pair toss a cloth ball back and forth until one player drops the ball. If a player drops or misses the ball, an ornament or item is given to the opposite player in the pair. It is a common courting game during the Hmong New Year celebrations.
Asian Fusion, 1609 East North Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Traditional and authentic cuisine. Seasoned with fresh herbs and spices. Experienced, trained specialty chefs. Asian Fusion, 1609 East North Avenue, Milwaukee.
When it comes to starting your own business, it can be overwhelming and challenging. At the Hmong, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, we understand how important it is to give you resources to build and expand your business. That's why we've designed our services to generate rapid results to help businesses of all sizes and across all industries. Hmong, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, growing businesses in Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Nyob, Milwaukee. Here's what's going on in our Hmong community.
Hi, I'm Shirley Walzak. I'm the director at Bruner Botanical Gardens, and you're here at Bruner Botanical Gardens in our China Lights event. TNU company came to us a few years ago, about 5 years ago, and at the time we weren't able to do it, but then they came back again and things just fell into place. We were able to have this show, and it's been such a success these last 3 years. It's just a phenomenal event here. It's another venue to bring people and see the gardens at night. And also, we have a lot of great plant collections, but this is just a new way to bring people in to know where we are. Because a lot of people, the first year, over half the people had never been here to the gardens. And we're still finding that out now, that there's a lot of people who have never been to the gardens. So it's a new discovery. I think we've probably had about 40 or 50, but we're about halfway through. So we expect another large group these last 2 weeks, especially if the weather cooperates with us now, which would be great. Well, we have 41 different lantern stations with thousands and thousands of different lights. So this year our theme is Panda Mania. So there's a panda alley, there's a panda tree that changes colors, there's hundreds of pandas over there. We have the dragon and the phoenix, which are part of Chinese culture. And they're together down at the far end, and then you can come around and see other lanterns. We also have the great white shark, where you can walk through the mouth of the shark and see how the lanterns are really constructed on the inside. It's been great. We've gotten to work with the local Chinese community and also other Asian communities, and it just brings a lot of pride for them, I believe. And it's a great way for us to mix cultures and to learn about each other. Go to ChinaLights.org. You can purchase tickets off from there. You can also see what kind of cuisine we have. We have 7 different vendors, 3 which sell Chinese cuisine, 1 that sells popcorn, 1 that sells cheese curds, because you have to have cheese curds in Wisconsin, and then we also have American food as well. We'll be extending through October 28th, and we're open Tuesday through Sunday from 5:30 to 10. We have different sponsors. We have We Energies, Tri-City is our main sponsor, and we also have other cultural sponsors, different groups. Way Restaurant is one of our sponsors as well. Just come out. This is such an incredible event. It's like a color immersion, color explosion. You get to learn a little bit more about the Asian culture, as well as just see the gardens in a whole different light.
On Sunday, October 7th, the Hmong community came out to listen and support Republican Governor Scott Walker's campaign for re-election at Longgang Asian Market in Appleton, Wisconsin. We caught up with supporter Go Hyung, and this is what he had to say about the event.
This event's more of a come visit the Hmong population here in Wisconsin, and also coming for a campaign. The outcome of this, we want to make sure that the Hmong population here in Wisconsin know that the governors care about us. And if we have an issue and they have something that the governor can help, he's willing to do that, to contribute and to help the community here in Wisconsin.
Due to the passing of Governor Walker's father early that morning, he was unable to attend the event. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Walker family. Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish attended in his place as her and other leaders of the Hmong community talked about the Hmong community's needs. On that very same day at Punsavan Market here in Milwaukee, the Hmong community also hosted an event for Democratic nominee for governor, Tony Evers. We caught up with Zhong Cheng Mua. Let's go take a glimpse at what went on at the event and what they have to say.
Tony Evers, governor, who the Sanji to Hmong community, yet to Milwaukee, and pay to Shinjin Huna. To xin được to hai chỉ to pe nữa từ khó nữa đi dàn này yêu quan à sẽ là pe họ mò lùn lông là pe họ nông nữa chứ nếu khi sẽ đi vào đó chỉ to thì to quá thì sao?
Remember that Wisconsin's primary elections are November 6th. Here's a message from the Hmong Go Out to Vote of Freedom Inc.
Nhớ rằng ý trong cái tin nhắn cha Hmong sợ đời nhớ cho Hmong lu la Wisconsin nào cú luôn bề nhớ lử theo giá trong Hmong sinh ya Freedom Inc. Community Power Coalition ya ipa per go Hmong nhớ ho Madison, Wisconsin. Ở sợ đời shi công tê lo tổ tê tê nu lo ba bê hai ninh Hmong theo Asia nhớ ho Wisconsin nào. Lo cỡ cho kế chỉnh chênh mu bom ba theo sai nọ sai chú. Lo shi learning about the electoral process and to end registering to vote for the November 2018 elections.
Chop kế bom ba sai nọ, yo ba to pe có mua kế ba mình, thế kế ba hỏa xí lúa mùi tô ya toàn tê.
Lu có ý hình du, pe sinh nhớ hậu lu la Wisconsin, yo la sai nọ sai chú chia.
Nu có ý hình du mình thi đầu, cho bom ba khi tô lu xí hở, ya tính sơn gió, mùi tô yi tính trong tu, la xí November 6th, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mu bom ba sai nọ.
Ya nên chỉ to chuẩn bị bom ba, lo mu chuẩn bị cho khó chơi bom ba, lo yên tàu thia. Mu bom ba sai nọ. Đời nọ của ya lử, thiết giá trong hông sinh ya.
Thia của ya ami ba.
Ở cho xin chỉ đùa.
On Friday, October 12th, Hmong Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual Business Awards banquet at the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. They celebrated the success of our Hmong and Southeast Asian businesses throughout the state of Wisconsin. Let's go take a look at the event.
We have the talent and the businesses in our own Southeast Asian American community right now available to service our own events as well as yours. Please patronize our small businesses within our communities You see the professionalism and expertise that is displayed tonight. You have seen and met the exhibitors during the expo hall. We have the talent now, and it is our responsibility and obligation to support their growth and to share about our businesses with others. By supporting our small businesses and entrepreneurs, we are creating wealth in our communities, not just for the business owners, but for all of us, because their wealth comes right back into our communities by creating jobs, by creating opportunities, and elevating our legacy.
The important part that I'm sure all of us are always thinking about is how do you get people there? And I think the next big step with the Hmong community in the grand scheme of things is using our story to inspire the world. Because again, there's not many demographics in the entire world that has gone from farming to running businesses like this, like everyone in this room. And that story in of itself is pretty phenomenal, no?
Also, congratulations to the Hmong Chamber of Commerce for winning a JP Morgan Chase Pro Neighborhoods Award. This $3.5 million award is for a collaborative of Milwaukee-based economic development organizations to help fuel economic development in underserved communities, including revitalizing commercial strips, spurring entrepreneurship for people of color, and creating jobs within the MKE United footprint. The Hmong 18 Council of Wisconsin will be electing a new president for the next 4-year term of 2019 to 2022 on Sunday, November 11th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Central Election Committee encourages the residents of Wisconsin to vote at local designated city closest to you. Highlander Home Healthcare will be Milwaukee's location to go vote. Only a little over a month away, the annual Milwaukee Hmong New Year will be held on December 1st and 2nd at Wisconsin Expo Center at State Fair Park. The Hmong New Year's events are filled with delicious food, Hmong merchandise, live stage entertainment, and much more. Vendors and night entertainment information can be found on the Milwaukee Hmong New Year website at mkehmongnewyear.com. Remember to go out and get your flu shots because this flu season is here. The Centers for Disease Control recommends a yearly flu vaccine as the first and most important step in protecting against influenza and its potentially serious complications. Here are some actions to prevent getting the flu. Try to avoid close contact with sick people. If you are sick, limit contact with others and stay home for at least 24 hours after your fever is gone. Also, wash your hands frequently with soap and water and cover your nose and mouth when you cough or sneeze. Stay with us. When we come back, Nang Tao of Nang Now will join us right here in our studio.
When it comes to starting your own business, it can be overwhelming and challenging. At the Hmong, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, we understand how important it is to give you resources to build and expand your business. That's why we've designed our services to generate rapid results to help businesses of all sizes and across all industries. Hmong, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, growing businesses in Wisconsin.
Welcome back. He has been traveling all around the world creating great social media content, generating over 6 million views and 30,000 followers in less than a year. We finally caught up with him right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Nang Tao, you probably know him better as Nang Now, joins us in the studio to do a one-on-one interview with Ty. Let's go see what they talked about.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. We have Nang Tao here in our studio today. Nang Tao, you probably know him better as Nang Now. He's blowing up on social media with over 6 million hits in less than a year. Thank you and welcome to the show here.
Thank you, Wachao. It's an honor to be here. So I'm excited. Yeah, it's been only a year, but it's been an incredible journey. Finding in less than a year coming from just a regular job to doing this is absolutely incredible when I think about it.
Harvard degree in science. What the heck made you change your mind in doing what you're doing today?
Yeah, that's a great question. I always ask myself that too because, you know, I'm going to Harvard. It's the best school in the world according to many people. It's not about like going to Harvard so that I can do something that someone else told me to do. And the tricky thing is there's no major for here's how you travel the world and meet people, and no one teaches you about life in school basically. So I felt like I was missing a lot and I really wanted something else. So it's led to that journey of, no one can teach me this. I'm just gonna teach myself.
So you spoke a little bit about traveling.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been to a lot of different places. How many places have you been, and what's the most beautiful place you've been to?
In the past year, it's been 12 countries. 12 countries. The most beautiful place, man, that's a hard question. It's one of those questions that I like love, but also kind of hate in a lot of ways because it's so hard to decide. But I realize that I have the privilege to feel that way, which is a blessing in of itself. Where I would recommend most people to go to, because it's just a beautiful country, easy to travel, friendly people, is the Philippines is super awesome. The nature is beautiful. The people are nice. Almost everyone speaks English. So for most people, I would say like the Philippines, you can't go wrong at all. I'm a big diver myself, so I love diving. I love nature. And for that, I think Indonesia wins out on top for all of that. And some of the best diving in the world. You'll dive with like clownfish and sharks and manta rays, and you'll see Komodo dragons within an hour if you really wanted to do all those things. I would say that the third country I always mention is Costa Rica. I mean, it's Costa Rica. People go there just to see the nature, and it's this tiny country with so much biodiversity. So my background's in biology, so it's hard for me not to ignore the nature side of things. Culture, I think Northern Vietnam was beautiful when I went to Northern Vietnam, and that's not just because there's Hmong people in Northern Vietnam. It's actually because there are so many different cultures in Northern Vietnam. So I went there and met all these cultures and learned all these like different parts of languages. And in Vietnam there's like over 50 different ethnic groups. So it was also cool to see, from the Hmong point of view, other like ethnic groups speaking the Hmong language.
It takes a lot of courage to dive because you're not gonna get me close to any sharks, right? So is that a characteristic of a person that wants to do what you do? I mean, you obviously travel pretty much by yourself.
Yeah,
right?
I do. Yeah, just by myself.
So you're taking a lot of risks, taking a lot of challenges. How important is that to do what you do?
The key is finding how you as a person connects best with other people, because at the end of the day, that is what makes the difference, whether it's traveling, whether it's making a project happen, or whether it's just meeting a new friend.
So does it ever get lonely out there just traveling by yourself?
It does get really lonely. I think it does get lonely. It would be a lie to say that it doesn't get lonely for me. But I think like that's where everyone who watches my video, that comes in, because I think the most important thing to me is engagement. So some of my videos might get, 1 million views, and that's awesome and that's great. Some of them might only get a few thousand views, but sometimes videos with a few thousand views, they have the best comments, or they have people who are most engaged with it. You miss going out on a date, or you miss that just one-on-one time, those connections. So at that time, it's just so important, I think, to ground yourself again and remember those people that are important. I have good friends that I talk to all the time as well. So making those, I think it's really recently that I've been able to really develop those really strong friendships.
So you talk a little bit about budgeting.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you fund these projects?
So the more important question is how much time do you need, not how much money you need. And I think that's like the most important for any entrepreneur, right?
Okay, so let's talk about the Hmong community.
Yeah.
I mean, Hmong, what do you see that we're doing well, in general, in the United States or around the world? And what do you think that we can improve on?
That's a great question. I think about this a lot as well, because as a Hmong man, you're forced growing up to think about Hmong Kê Chai and all these pressures they put on you, and any Hmong kid for that matter. But I think the best thing, the biggest strength we have right now is knowing our place in our own history as the young generation, as this newer up and coming generation. Any like Hmong American, if you consider yourself that, you are, I would say most people know the Hmong plight to get to the United States. That's important. I think the next step that a lot of people, including myself, still struggle with is in that time we've grown so much. You know, we've gone from just farming in Laos to now doing shows like this, traveling, running international businesses, which is absolutely incredible, and we understand that. But the next big step is how are we going to use that story to inspire the rest of the world, to carve out our place in putting ourselves down in history.
Thank you, Ning, for sharing your story with us, and we wish you success in all that you do. Stay tuned and follow us on Nyob Milwaukee TV Facebook page. We'll be posting the full interview soon. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Before we take a break, did you know outside of Asia, United States is home to the largest Hmong population with over 280,000 people. According to the 2008 census, there are 15,000 Hmong people who live in France, 2,000 in Australia, 1,500 in French Guiana, 835 in Canada, and 600 in Argentina.
Asian Fusion, 1609 East North Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Traditional and authentic cuisine, seasoned with fresh herbs and spices. Experienced, trained specialty chefs. Asian Fusion, 1609 East North Avenue, Milwaukee.
When it comes to starting your own business, it can be overwhelming and challenging. At the Hmong, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, we understand how important it is to give you resources to build and expand your business. That's why we've designed our services to generate rapid results to help businesses of all sizes and across all industries. Hmong, Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, growing businesses in Wisconsin.
We appreciate your time for joining our October edition of Nyob Milwaukee TV, the first over-the-air Hmong television show in southeastern Wisconsin on WMLW The M. Follow and like us on Facebook and Instagram at Nyob Milwaukee TV and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nyob MKE. Before we say goodbye, we would like to leave you with this message. Look for something positive in each day, even if some days you have to look a little harder. Until next time, may our community continue to be blessed and inspired.